Hey, Steve here. I'm going to try to show you how to do the Etha2 magnet mod. Okay, replacing basically this spring right there, that metal thing, with the magnetic mod that I ordered off of eBay. It comes with 3 different magnet strengths. So this one is much smaller, medium, large. So the strongest resistance, and then medium and low. And so I'm going to try to do this so that you can see the original video had a lot of blurry moments in it because they were too close. So I'm going to try to see if I can get this a little clearer for you, just so you can kind of see what to do. Now the other difference is I actually have one of the Stanchi blade triggers, so mine is going to mount slightly different than the factory one because I have this blade trigger. It still has a screw here, and I think that the magnet's going to have to go on the end of that, and I will super glue that on and have to see what the adjustment is, but that should help to be able to do it. So I've taken my Etha2 apart. As you can see, I've got parts all over the place here, and so this is all apart and ready to go. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this spring out. And again, trying to do this one hand, hold the camera, and do it all together. Okay, so it's going to get blurry for a second. Okay, so pulled this out. So this was down in there. Right here, I've pulled it out, and we're going to put that aside. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these magnets. I'm going to try maybe the middle one, and I'm going to drop it into here, back where that one was. So this, take this, and put it together. So I've got the magnet in here, and I'm going to drop it down into the gun right where the spring was, which is a little easier than it sounds. It fits in pretty snugly, which is good. You want it tight, but put this thing down in there, push it down as far as I can. So you can see what I'm trying to do here. Get it down all the way. And I will tell you, this thing does bend, so just be careful with it. Okay, so that's in. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue my trigger my magnet on, and I will be back in just a second with that. Okay, so I'm back. You can see I have my magnet glued to the back of the trigger. Now this was a little trickier than I thought. I had some issues with it for some reason. I'm not quite sure why, but you can see I've got the strongest magnet in it right now, so it's really pushing back. I kind of like the feel of it, and I mean, if I need to, I can just pull that green piece back out, put the other one back in, and I'll be good to go. So I had to back the screw all the way back out. I had to glue it in. Let me get focused. There we go. I had to glue it back in. You can see my glue job is terrible. I hate super glue, just FYI. And so this was not my favorite project to do, but if it works and it feels like it's going to, it should be good to go. So I will go ahead and put it all back together, and then we should have a working trigger mod. Okay, and finally I've got it all back together, and so now it is definitely snappier. Like, the original spring on that thing was kind of mushy and didn't feel very good. This thing is definitely a lot snappier. I do have the other 2 mods I could, put in there if I decide I want a little less, but I like to have a little resistance on the trigger. Just makes it faster for me to be able to hit it and do it. So, as you can see, I mean, it's bounces right back. Again, this is a 3D printed trigger, so it's a little different than stock, but still much faster. Seems to work really well. I've been really impressed with this thing so far. So a little difficult to get the magnet in, but if you do that, you should be good to go, and everything should be great. Hope you are able to use the video, and I'll talk to you next time.